Hi guys, in this video, hold on a second, let me adjust the focus here. Looks like it needs to be focused. In this video, this is the second lesson of Unit 8 for us, which is about probabilities, and today we're going to talk about permutations. Permutations, by definition, is when we're going to take a number of objects, 5 objects, 10 objects or something, in objects, and we're going to put them in a particular arrangement. And when we talk about permutations, maybe the biggest thing here is the fact that order matters. Okay? It's like saying if I was going to line people up and I was going to give the first 3 people a prize, you'd want to be one of the first 3 people. But more importantly, if there was a gold, silver, and bronze prize, then it'd be more important to be gold, right? So the order matters whenever we talk about permutations. So for instance, if I wanted to say how many different ways can I arrange the letters A, B, and C, I could easily just go through and list them out. Like if A was first, it could be B, then C. Or I could do A, C, B. Those would be the 2 arrangements starting with A, right? If I wanted to start with B, then I could go A, C, or I could go B, C, A. I could also do C, B, A, and C, A, B. And I start to come up with all these different arrangements, okay? And what I'm doing here is I'm talking about permutations because even though I have a group of 3 objects, okay, I have a group of 3 objects, so n would be 3 in this case. I'm going to arrange them in different orders, and order matters. So each of those, if I look at it using order matters, they would spell different words, even if they're nonsensical, if that makes sense. So let's go and let's apply this. Okay, here's a typical problem. Okay, 10 teams are competing in the final round of the Olympic bobsledding competition. So in how many different ways can the bobsledding teams finish this competition, assuming there are no ties? Okay. And so, if I have team A and B and C, team number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I could go through and I could try to figure out like how many different ways if the United States finish first, and then I go through and so the United States can't finish the others, but then I'd be doing this problem here, but with 10 letters instead of just 2 or 3, right? And so, what I really want to figure out then is how many different ways we can finish. Is there a quick way to do this? Okay, and so we're going to use what's called a permutation. And basically, what I'm going to do is I know that I have 10 possibilities, okay, for the first choice, and that means I have 9 teams left for the second, and 8 teams left for the third, and 7 teams left for the fourth. I have 6 teams left for this, right? And you can see quickly, based on the videos we did yesterday, that I'm going to go all the way down to 1. And that, to me, looks like 10 factorial, right? I have 10 factorial ways. In fact, if we jump back up here, we're going to see that I had 6 possible arrangements of letters, and you'll notice that there were 3 letters. So if I would have done 3 factorial, that's 3 times 2 times 1. That right there would have given me my 6 options, right? So 10 factorial ways, and if I do 10 factorial on my calculator, so I'm going to have to go through the math menu, right? And I'm going to go to probabilities, and there it is. Okay, 10 factorial is 3.62 million, 3,628,800. Okay, so there are a lot of ways, okay, that I could finish this. The question would be drastically different, of course. So I guess I should stop here, and maybe I should start the second video here in just a second. But the idea is this: if I have a number of objects and I want to arrange them, and I want to know if the arrangement makes a difference, so ABC is different than ACB, okay? If order matters, all I have to do is take how many objects, and I take the factorial of that, and that tells me how many different ways I can rearrange them. So I tell you what, let's stop there, and we'll start with this problem here. If I take the 10 bobsled teams, and I'm only interested in gold, silver, and bronze, the top 3 places, how does that change the problem? So there's the first video. In the second video, we'll talk about smaller groups if I only want a piece of those number of groups that I have.